Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jerry here. I just got my first IDEX. Let's talk about it right after this. Thank you so much for sticking around. Yeah, I've got my first IDEX 3D printer. It's by WEEDO. It's called the X40. It's been out for a little bit, but I've never tried an IDEX. I have so many different FDM printers, but I have nothing that does dual extrusion or multi-extrusion whatsoever. My friend Liam has one like this, and he loves it. He has multiple IDEX printers, and you know, I got a hold of WEEDO. They were kind enough to send one out for me to test and review. It's got dual filament runout sensors. It's the build volume. It's 300 by 300 by 400. It has a magnetic bed sheet. It's flexible and you can actually bend it. It's not really stiff like the first model that came out with clips. What else can I say about it? I mean, there's so many things. Let me do a walk around and we'll talk all about it, and I'll show you some prints, and I'll show you a quick time lapse here. Last week when I was on Twitch, I done an unboxing on a live stream. I'll show you that here. I'll speed it up a little bit and we'll talk more about it, but it's an awesome little printer. Very cool. Okay, here's WEEDO3Dprinter.com, their website, and has lots of useful information here about their different printers and their software and things you can download. It's got more product info. If you'd like to check them out, there's all their links right here. Their official website on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and if you need any kind of support, there's where you contact them on support. Anything you want to find out about the X40, we'll have a lot of information right here. I've been referring quite a bit on this website, and here they are over on Facebook. And right now they're 14% off. At the time of this taping, they're marked down to $5.99 on the printers. Let's take a look at some of their photos they have here. And the dual extruders are very nice. The two front fans you see in the front, those are the parts cooling fan, and directly behind that is a hot end cooling fan. And let's see, it says it's got automatic shutdown. So once you get a print done, you can set it for how long it takes to shut down. Then the printer will shut down. You can go in and you can set that, configure it. It's power off, it's got resume, it's got a Wi-Fi app. I do not have the Wi-Fi currently working on it. I need to get that fixed. It does have a small camera, as you can see there on the front of the printer, but it's not something you can time-lapse with. You can locally on your phone or on your PC can monitor the print to kind of see what's going on, but it doesn't actually, it's not high quality. It's low quality, but it does have a camera, so that's kind of nice. It's got a runout detector. It has a filament runout detector on both sides. An issue that I had is, after I had done a few prints, the one to the right side, the filament runout sensor tripped on me for no reason, so I restarted the print and it was fine. Then after printing for about a week, the left side, when I was working on the Dragon, it got nearly done after a few days, and then the runout sensor tripped on me 3 times. Why, I have no idea. So I was going to update the firmware. I went on their website. I have the most current firmware. I have contacted the company. I'm waiting to hear back on why the filament runout sensor might have tripped for an unknown reason. But you can go into settings and you can turn off the filament runout sensors if you should ever have an error. And as soon as I get that resolved in a future video, I'll explain why or what happened. And yeah, you can do duplication mode. You can do dual extrusion, where your model can print in 2 different colors based on the file you download, or you can go into NetFab. There's a couple different programs out there. I will list them here on the screen, where you can go in, and Prusa, the new Prusa slicer. You can go in and you can paint different parts of the model to be different colors for dual extrusion, which is very nice. Or you can find the models pre-downloaded, or you can go to NetFab and you can learn to do that also. There's many videos out there that explain it. Like I said, dual colors. You can mirror mode, duplication mode. It's very cool. And the flex plate, as I already have mentioned, the flex plate that's on this, it's magnetic, and it's a flex sheet. It's very easy to bend. It's not stiff to bend like the original version they launched, which was very stiff, and you had to hold it down with clips. This is magnetic. It is a regular flex plate like I would have on any other printer, and with a BuildTech type surface, and it's very flexible. You can be bent very easy, no problems whatsoever. See, we got a little bit more information here. Something I haven't mentioned, but yeah, it's a good looking machine. It's well constructed, and I think I already showed you the picture. If not, I'll show it on the screen here when I opened it up in my live stream. And showed you all the electronics from down below. It's got a 32-bit motherboard in it. Actually, it's a control board, not a motherboard, but that doesn't matter. Same difference, just about. But yeah, 300 by 300 by 400 build volume. There's a front look of that little camera they have right there, and a filament runout sensor. And there's a switch you turn over here on the side. Once you turn that on, then you push the button, and it powers up the 4.3 touchscreen. And here's their website right here, WEEDO.LTD. It's got their products, it's got their printer right there on the front, tells all about it. And it's got some other great reviewers here on YouTube that have reviewed it. Here's links to their videos. There's lots of information. And you can download their firmware is open source. You can download it on GitHub. Alrighty, and here's my first test print. I know I'm out of focus, but it's 2 colors. You just checking to see if it's nice and flush and square on each side. It printed perfectly. Little tiny rectangle. And this one here is a test strip. It intentionally misaligns the parts. You're supposed to go into the settings on the screen, pick the best one, which I didn't do, and it was the center one, but it was printing fine, so I just moved past it. And here we got our little space dude. And he came unstuck from the bed. I didn't have my nozzle close enough. The bed wasn't perfectly level, and he moved around on me. So we did it again. And this one has a ooze shield around it like the first one did have, until I removed it. Same problems. So then I used glue stick. And now there's that ooze shield around the outside. Just peel off the raft on the bottom, and he comes right out. It's the first time we're seeing him together. Yeah, and he came out beautiful. Very nice, the reds and blues. Real nice combination here. I'll put his name on the screen. I forget what he's called, but he's a beautiful little model there. Just picking off some of the wisps here and there. Came out very nice. And right after I show you this here, I'll have my cell phone to show you a better close-up where it's not blurry. But yeah, came out amazing. Very happy with the quality. And then here's another one. This is a rocket ship. I believe it's Hex 3D. Printed in 2 different colors. I downloaded 2 different STL files using their WeBox slicer. It blends them together. And just peel off the raft there and get that ooze shield off of it. And we can check out the rocket. But yeah, it came out nice. Very pretty. That filament I won off Moses' live stream. I forget the color. If I don't forget, I'll put it here on the screen. But yeah, it's a really bright orange. Extremely bright. Very, very bright. It's that bright in person too. It's really bright. And we got a butterfly. This was on the SD card, one of their files. It's on a raft. I've got to peel it off carefully. Just go around with your hands and peel it off very carefully. And I'll get a BuildTech spatula here in a minute, and I'll scrape it loose. And for the sake of the camera, I'll do it on the bed where you can see it. Normally, I would never do that because I don't want to jerk the bed around or put any weight or anything on the bed. So I would just lay this on the countertop. But I wanted to see if I could get off real easy on camera holding it up. And it's just a little bit stuck. It's flexible. So here's my ZYLTECH spatula. It's got a really almost razor-like edge on one side. It's not it's sharpened, but you know, it's really, really flat. And it gets underneath prints and things you have problems with. I've used this for years. So it's on rafts and things on prints. To kind of work your way around it, kind of slide it underneath the raft and the butterfly, and it'll separate it. Just trying to be careful with it. I don't want to break it. But there we go. Look at that. That is beautiful. Real nice color red. Very flexible. Printed nice. There's no damage to it. Looks great. And it's ready to fly away. Alrighty, and now we got, I don't know, a reindeer, a moose, something like that. A dog with antlers, I don't know. Anyway, maybe get that wrap peeled off, and once again, I'll get that ZYLTECH spatula out, and I'll go around carefully, kind of pop it loose. But I don't recommend doing this on your printer bed. Always sit on a countertop or something. Don't put any excess weight or pressure on your printer. It's not needed. Got to get it all loose. I don't want to break the legs. They're print in place and they move around, so you just got to be careful with it. Take your time. There we go. Alrighty there. Or alrighty then, I meant to say. Yeah. Pretty cool. And we got a fish, a skeleton of a fish. This is also plexi. It's got a little ooze shield around it and a raft. So I'll just pry it off carefully. I've been printing all this stuff over a period of a week. So there we go. Yeah, came out good. Small but good. And that's a little round cylinder with a little knot on the top of it. I don't know what that is exactly, but it's on the test card. I printed it not knowing what it was. Alrighty, now check this out. This is a Plexi Dragon. I finally printed one, guys. Everybody's been printing these like crazy for the last few months, and I said, I don't need to. But this is that orange filament. It's on a raft. Just got to go around and carefully peel it off. Because it's segmented, you don't want to break it, so just be careful. And it very easily kind of separates. But yeah, it's beautiful. It came out awesome. It's really bright. I think I'll print one really big. Maybe I'll get my belt printer done, and I can put it on the wall in the living room. Maybe do one in rainbow, because I like a lot of Asian art and stuff in my living room on the walls. That'd look really cool to mount something really big like that on the wall, I think. But yeah, came out really nice. Real happy with it. I think I got this off of my mini factory, I believe. There's a couple different ones out there floating around. It's like $3.99 or something like that for the STLs. Buy them. I believe I sized it up just a little bit. It's got like, my layers were 644, temperature was 210, 60 on the bed, and I think it's like 10% infill. 0.15 layer height also. That took a long time to print at 0.15. But yeah, it came out really cool. So it's pretty neat. My last item, I've got these eggs I printed, and as you can see, I'll pull the raft off. It's got an ooze shield around the egg. At first, I didn't quite understand what I was looking at, but like with all these prints like this that are two colors, puts an ooze shield around them. Just kind of pull off all that excess there. Now these, I bought the files. I put them in the their WeBox slicer. I put one on one side of the bed, one on the other. Picked one nozzle for each. I was kind of guessing at what to do on my settings, and this is how it came out. But of course, I'm new to this printer and their slicer and different things. I'll have to learn how to perfect it and get better at it. But they printed really nice. Just got to peel off all that excess ooze junk, that ooze shield they call it. It's almost like well, I can't think of what I'm trying to say, but yeah, let's just get it all cleaned up. Get the other half separated there, and then I have to clean off the bottom. Or I got to get the 2 rings to go around the bottom. Almost Easter, so there's some eggs. Alrighty, like I say, the ooze shield on them, they just peel right off and peel off the raft. And those 2 screw together. I think that's just to set the eggs in. I'm not really sure, but I think that just screw them together and you set the egg in them. Not, I think. So. Don't really know why there's 2 pieces that screw together. You just have 1 ring, but I don't know. Pretty cool. Few little whisks there, and yeah, they'll screw right together, no problem. And get the second one done. That's rainbow there, and the other one's like a purple. But of course the rainbow didn't change because it's such a small item. It takes time on rainbow filament to change colors on most rainbow. Get that other ring, get that screwed together. And here's another look at all the amazing things. My camera wasn't in focus on my DSLR, but this will give you a better idea here. But everything is amazing. Came out great. And then here's the buckets. You're probably wondering what these are for. I got these off Thingiverse. When the extruder wipes here on the brush, the excess filament, when it extrudes, it just falls on the table, kind of makes a mess. So I printed out these buckets, and they just snap on the side, and they catch most of it. So it's very easy. Makes very easy to clean up. Okay, it's got a nice touch screen. Just push the button. It's in color. And go to print. Let's go through different screens here. It should have one for baby stepping, but not seeing it. It's got the different modes here. It's got to go through and see what everything does, but it's kind of giving you a view here with my cell phone best that I can to show you what's going on. But it's very responsive. And looking around the printer, okay, there's a little camera. It's got a blue light that flashes all the time when the printer's running. It's very nice. And there's one of the extruders, and it's got dual Z's on both sides. And there's the extruder on top. There's all plastic with a filament runout sensor. I really wish it would have been metal, but it's not. And the Y-axis. Linear rail, close up on the other extruder. There's 2 filament rolls up top, 2 lead screws. And it's jacked up in there about 3 inches or so. Feet on the bottom, rubber feet. And there's the power selector switch back there. 115 to 240 or 220 depending on where you live in the world. Yeah, it seems to be well constructed. The bed leveling, ABL, and there's a fan in the front, cooling fan. Power's on the side there, and there's one of the buckets that I had printed. The left hot end, the brush and the wipers on both sides of the brush. And then here's a bunch of extras that came with extra ribbon cables. And those are little leveling blocks for some reason, white ones there. And extra thermistors, some extra blocks, wrenches, a couple end stops, zip ties, wrenches for leveling the bed, a couple rolls of filament, small rolls. And here's a look at the inside of it. Everything seems to be neat and tidy. It was tightened. I went around, checked connections when I done my unboxing. There's a control board there. Typical generic power supply, at least it appears to be. But everything appears to be connected properly. And here's their included paperwork I forgot to show. It's very heavy cardstock. And it's got, you know, plenty of pictures and, you know, text explaining everything. So just kind of go through, follow it step by step for unpacking. Shows you how to set everything up. It's kind of skipping through the pages here. How to hook everything up and get you up and running right away. How to set everything up. We've got another paper here talking about Wi-Fi. So got lots of information. Yeah, I think at the beginning of the video I said this was a WEEDO. It's a WEEDO. WEEDO X40, not WEEDO. So I was mispronouncing it. So I just wanted to correct that. But yeah, it's a great machine. I can't wait to do more videos on it. Thank each and every one of you that have liked and subscribed. I really appreciate it. Please leave me a comment down below if there's more things you'd like to see me possibly review in the future. More things about this printer. And the WeBox Builder is their software that I was using with this for the slicer. There's an Ultimaker Cura, which has their profile built in, and you can also use Prusa Slicer. Those are the three I've been tinkering with. But I need to get the Wi-Fi working on it, where you can have, if you have an Android phone, it doesn't work, I believe, with iPhone, just Android, where you can print off your phone, send it to the printer, which I usually don't do that, but you can. And then over your PC or your Android, you can monitor prints with the camera that's built in here. But it's a cool little printer. I really enjoy it. I've been printing with it for a week. Yeah, one thing I wanted to mention, during one of my prints, this filament runout sensor here on the right side had tripped. Why? I don't know. I hit resume print. It continued. It was fine. And then after I printed for about a week and I done the Dragon, which took like 2.5 days, 0.15 layer height, and you know, I sized it up slightly. This one here, and then the left side tripped 3 times. No idea why. Not sure. Everything seemed to be fine. I've contacted the company about it. I'm waiting to hear back. But you can go in on the screen while it's printing. You can turn off the filament runout sensors. Then I hit resume printing, and then it was fine. So currently I have them both shut down. But why they tripped, I don't know. But it's, other than that, it's a great machine. I don't have any negatives about it other than the springs. The springs are really light. So after printing with it for a few days, I had to re-level the bed and readjust the springs. They're very light-duty springs. Now, because there is a ABL sensor on this, why it has springs, I don't know. They should be solid mounts. That way you don't have to mess with any kind of knobs or leveling. Why that is, I don't know. But if I was to leave them on there, I'd put heavier springs on. I think the springs are way too light and they loosen up too easy. But I hope this video might help somebody out there. You can watch me over on Twitch on my live streams. I'm Jerry 3DHP. Please give me a follow over there. I'd appreciate it. On YouTube, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up and, you know, check out my videos. I've been doing this for a very long time. I've got a ton of videos. I try to do great content whenever I can. And thank you very much, WEEDO, not WEEDO. WEEDO, there we go. I'm confusing myself. And thank you very much, WEEDO. I really appreciate you sending this out for me to test and review. Seems to be a great machine. I've got a few bugs I got to work out of it. Thank you, each and every one of you. You have an awesome day. Later.